include Cat Bar successfully?
With regard to the renomination of the site in Halong Bay to include Cat Ba Island, I think probably in every culture there's a saying along the lines of something, the journey is important as the destination. It's quite obvious that there's a focus on the renomination, but the way that the renomination is done is very important in terms of the different partnerships and the work that it's done in preparation. This meeting is a very good example of that. World Heritage has three key pillars, if I can put it this way. The first is the outstanding universal value of the site. The second is the authenticity of the site. And the third is management. Yes. The World Heritage has three main pillars. The first aspect is the outstanding universal value of the site. The second is the authenticity of the site. And the third is the management of the site. Everything to a certain extent hinges on the management of the site. And as the discussions here today around issues, for instance, such as waste disposal, wastewater management, show that there are significant challenges to be overcome in terms of how to coordinate around key issues. This is not an easy undertaking, if I could put it this way, because it needs partnership between the private sector, local communities, and local authorities, taking into account the different interests of those partners and the different needs of those partners as development moves forward. So the key, I think for us, if UNESCO had a recommendation, is really to continue the efforts to get the management right, aspects. The natural conditions are there. We all know them, we can see them with our own eyes. But the management aspects are really the key in this case. It's okay? This is my second trip to Halong Bay, but it's my first time as a UNESCO representative to Vietnam. And even before I ever came to Vietnam, I heard of Halong Bay. Halong Bay is famous. Even among World Heritage sites, we can see that it's famous. So I don't think it comes to any surprise that there's a significant tourist interest in coming to Halong Bay. And we can see that it's absolutely natural that I think that the local authorities and also that the province would wish to take advantage of this. So if we talk about excessive tourist developments, we need to sort of balance that. We should remember, first of all, I think that the tourist interest in Halong Bay is something that's very good, but it's true is how that interest is managed and channeled. And I think that we've, in coming here and discussing with the local authorities, also with the city, we can see that there's a real emphasis on trying to get it right. We know that this isn't easy because the province is changing and transforming its industry away from mining and extracting, coal mining and extraction to green economy and tourism. And that shift takes time, and it's not always easy. So that we can see that there is, let's say, in terms of the transition, that there are a number of lessons that need to be learned. But I think that we don't want to look at the tourist interest in Halong Bay and the potential in Halong Bay as something that's a negative. It has to be managed. It has to be looked at with a sustainable view. But I think that meetings like this show that there's let's say, an increasing partnership between the local community, civil society, provincial authorities, international partners, and the ministry to get things right.
second question is about your recommendation on the how to prepare the documentation for the renomination of Hạ Long as a World Heritage, including Cát Bà now. They want to include Cát Bà. And your
Okay.
and what are the
khi mà mở rộng Cát Bà tại vì là nối Cát Bà vào ấy thì cái giờ.
thế thì mình cần làm gì để bảo